So I've been doing YouTube now. I've been making videos. I've uploaded already 6. You can check back on those. I'm very happy. It's been a really great experience. I did touch on this on one of my videos. And I was just expressing myself on one video about how it's kind of revolutionized my life. As also a long-term photographer and making films for other people, it was amazing to actually get in front of the camera. That was actually an amazing experience because, I mean, the only time you see yourself is when you're looking in the mirror and you're like, and sometimes it's a fleeting glance, and many times, look, it's, that you're not familiarizing yourself with your own look. And being in front of the camera now for the last 3 months or so is amazing because I see myself in another way. I see myself on camera. I see myself on every video that I make. I'm not necessarily going to be in all of them, but I'm so happy. And the question is here now, as a new YouTuber, what do I think? And I have to ask this because it's absolutely daunting to be a new YouTuber. I remember years ago I was thinking to start a channel. I couldn't think of the name. I couldn't think of the niche. I couldn't think of the subject. I couldn't think of anything. I didn't do it in the way that I do it now. So I think explaining the way that I do it now is going to be a big help to people. How I go through, and I've got to look at notes here, so I apologize if I'm not looking directly at the camera. And I'm shocked at some of these programs that even have, you can click on and say, eye contact or follow the eyes more in these programs. I'm used to programs. I've worked with Logic Pro, Apple programs mainly. I'm a kind of Mac guy. And I'm used to programs. I'm used to editing even. I made movies, amateur movies for like 20, 30 years. I always wanted to do a documentary, and I feel that I could do that. So YouTube is opening many doors for me in terms of in the future. Also how to be on camera and watch myself. And it's been an absolute pleasure. So I'm just going to check through now. I'm going to go through my notes here and go from videos that I've done so far and touch on them, not too much, and how I've gone about this. Now here you can see, this is my phone. It's an iPhone 14 Pro Max. I do use it for filming. I'm just about to get a 17, lucky me. But I use notes and I list everything. When I come to an idea, or I'm a big note taker because when I come to an idea, I want it to be down because I conceive it. And in this case, I went from like the planning one, I have 9 points. And in those points are the contracts that I was working on, because I do believe in a way of, you must work on contract for anything, especially in Central Europe, where I am now, Switzerland. And I planned it right from the start in a certain way. Digital business card, Pocket 3 and accessories. I use a Pocket 3, which is the most revolutionary camera you could ever expect. I mean, it's just, I wanted this for filming, especially outside, but it became like an everything camera. I have the Sony here. I'll just, this one. This is the Sony A7C II. It's compact. It's a great travel camera. I'm going to get it out of the B-roll, unlike before when I've shown the B-roll in previous videos. I'm pretty much more than authentic. I'm just a bit lazy or stupid or whatever you want to call it, that I don't care. So my YouTube journey was like this. Just to go through this actually and just distract myself, which is one of the problems I have on YouTube, is I tend to distract myself. My first videos, I'd say I was very happy with most them mostly. Uh, my partner's in Thailand. Sorry about the vibration on the phone, but she's updating me. She has she works for an animal charity, and they bring stray dogs back over to Switzerland. So she likes to update us, and she misses us, and she's gone for quite a long time this time. Anyway, let's get back to this planning. So Pocket 3 was just a revolution. It's just amazing. I'm so pleased with it. I mean, the Sony is fantastic. I'm going to walk around in a minute and just get the other cameras that I use, just so we can see advantages and disadvantages. Blue Haven, great. When it's foggy, and if you could see it, I'll show you outside here. When it's foggy and like it is today, and Blue Haven Hotel on Ko Chang down in the south, but near the border of Cambodia, with these beautiful islands, etc. And here's me stuck here for the next. Are we going in July? But foggy, cold, snowy, which is quite nice, I suppose. Let's not complain. Let's stay positive. So then it was going through all of this was Pocket 3, buying all the accessories. This is a $600 combi that I bought, and it's just amazing. I'll go into that a little bit now. Then conceiving the name, expanding that to Instagram, and having to work on that. This is all connected with YouTube, by the way. I did a lot of screen tests and microphone. Sure, I'm very happy that I worked before, and I have Bayer Dynamic microphones. I worked before as a presenter, DJ. I did events in the 80s, 90s. I'm that old. Okay, and then I was like the first film. I planned out September, October, November to get the first, and that was like crazy. You'll have the same experience if you're a YouTuber. A new YouTuber. Let's call us new tubers. And that was amazing. The whole experience. I've got this here. You can just read this. Let's see, like listed. I doubt you can read it backwards. No, you can't. Sorry. I'll read it for you, just to show you that I put this down in Apple Notes. It's brilliant. Okay, photo, video contract that I have. I have few contracts that, especially one that was asked for by my main contact for the travel companies that I work for and do a lot of their video and photography. I planned out here like the monetization. So 8.8 is for me the end of May. I'm sure I'll get there. And then, as I say, I have a personal blog to do for somebody. And I put down in notes, Parkstone, that focusing period. Parkstone Productions was everything to do with me being a YouTuber. And then in different orders, because different videos will come up at different times, was for me to do the videos. And I'm really happy with them. The weird thing is, I'm not really actually that happy with the last one I did. I'm not sure, because it's 30 minutes. And I've decided after the first 6 videos is to change my way to a bit more energetic. It was just difficult. After so many years also where I used to spontaneously talk on microphones, and I thought this would be as easy as that. It isn't, because you haven't done it for quite a long time, and it's also a different concept. So some of these titles, Finding Your Mojo was the first thing that I did, is like actually start the thing. You can talk forever, and it's no good talking forever if you're never going to do it. The second was with Andy and Mercia, which was important for me, is AI gaslighting you. I found that video fantastic. We have great chemistry. We worked together before, and we hit on our collaborations for like-minded subjects like AIs, and what he's done in that field was fantastic. Then I did a photography services contract breakdown. I thought the backdrop, it was always going to be for me. My brand is having these kind of backdrop. Lucky me, but then I want to share my luck that I live in such a beautiful area, which is central Switzerland. Authenticity is the key. This was inspired by Kevin Colby. And this guy, he's very cool. I mean, he went through a video about that you just don't have to do YouTube in the way that everybody else does it. You have to, and this is something that I'll touch upon in a minute. Then authenticity is key. 5, solitude is where you meet yourself. And this was inspired by something online that actually came through somebody else who I've been working with quite a lot. And I was given just a simple PDF and thought I'll expand on that. And the day was a beautiful day with a fog carpet, and I was thinking to myself, it is relevant whether to put it up as like my own opinion. I'm not sure sometimes here how to work that out, but whether on my channel, which is really about Parkstone Productions and what we produce, which you can see on Instagram. If you can follow the Instagram, you can see exactly what what we're trying to do. Solitude is where you meet yourself. I really like that, so I'm going to keep it. The art of brainstorming is my 6th video. My last. I don't know if I'm happy with it. I think the time that you get to write your notes outside of your projects, your work, etc., I think is not enough. The planning, and I use a whiteboard here. So this is my whiteboard here. I'm using this whiteboard like a lot of people, and then putting it in front of me and using it for notes. In this case now, you can see it's blank. So I'm actually talking, I'm getting much better at it. So it's practice makes perfect. I'm talking to you, the camera now, and I'm extremely happy with the way this is going. I'm very happy because I'm in the last 2 videos, I'm not using a prompting or scripting or anything, but I think the last one, as the first of this kind, will have to be the way it is. It has to stay up. Going quickly back to the first one that I did, Finding Your Mojo. I mean, I did this outside. I didn't have a clue. I left that up. I should have taken it down in terms of quality, but I left it up. And I left it up on principle that it still took me some planning and some time to do. I'm not throwing it away. I just keep it there to look back and cringe a bit and see how well produced maybe my later videos will become or have become. So I would say 1 and 6. The last one, The Art of Brainstorming, which is 30 minutes long. I'm definitely a little bit falling over myself in that. I'm not 100% pleased. I've left it up for now. I probably could even redo it, but on principle and for all I stand for, I'm not really happy to do that. These last 2 videos I'm doing now, I'm putting up. I'm not making too many explanations to them. This video was really because I'm watching and I am influenced, but I'm also annoyed that in certain cases, people are giving their opinions, and I don't know. There were opinions that I learned from Kevin Colby to ignore. I mean, you got to have the niche, you got to have the hook, the introduction. Who cares? If you're new, you have the right to be. You give yourself the right to be doing these videos as you think for the best, and that's what exactly I'm doing now. I'm giving my best in terms of, without prompts or anything else, without thinking of niches. And I think that as far as I saw, there were many YouTube videos that said, the new way is the authenticity. I've seen some. I won't go into detail. I think I won't say. I'm on the edge of saying, but I'm not going to say. I see what I would call jumping on the bandwagon, where I've only ever seen in the studio certain YouTubers, and suddenly, because they're realizing that this is the thing to do, this is the new thing, authenticity, walk around with your phone or your Pocket 3 and film yourself. I mean, that came very naturally to me. This is not as natural as I would really as I'm really happy about. Walk around with your phone, just film yourself, and then I see them doing this, and it with the with the extra woolly hat and all this kind of stuff, and I'm thinking, it doesn't suit you, and you're jumping on the bandwagon, aren't you? I would like to ask that question. I wouldn't like to make that accusation. So, yeah, I think leave it for the older people to walk around in the woods. And sometimes, especially with Andy, his cat Ralph came in on the video. I do like it when I see people's animals, they're walking the dog. I mean, that's nice. These are the lenses. First of all, I'll go through the cameras, but I'll just put this lens down here for a second. So this is, some people would say, okay, with the AC A7C2, people would say, okay, well, you've only got one slot. Well, that's why I've got this. And this is the ZV-E10, which is a fantastic camera. Absolutely fantastic camera. And I'll go through the lenses. Obviously, it's an E-mount lens. So, but if you've got two cameras, I've got three cameras that I use on major shoots. And if you've got this one, this is your second slot. The quality for the size of it and the compactness is just fantastic, and has also the swing out viewfinder like that. And it's a fantastic camera. Put a cage on that, as you can see. We put a small rig cage on that, and believe it or not, I use this quite often. I'm quite proud. This is the Sony 70 to 200 f4 macro lens, and just to show you, on here is the standard lens that it comes with, 1650 f3.5 to 5.6. You obviously need a tripod when you're using this, but I had a lot of fun with this. Look at that. A compact camera with a huge lens on it. And it takes fantastic photographs. It's a fantastic setup. If you've got the big, it's not that heavy. This is the Mark II. So the Mark I was a bit heavier. You've got a lot of different configurations. All of this functions. There's not anything on that doesn't function on the small ZV E10. We'll leave that as it is like that. Make sure that's covered. And that's one of my setup. I'll put that there because it looks nice as well. Looks nice. Yeah. Yes, so also I have here the Leica X Vario. I love this camera. This is a wonderful camera. I take a lot of black and white with Leica. I use Leica, I take a lot of black and white. This one is from 2014. I think it's a 24 megapixel. I don't remember exactly. I can actually check, why not? So yeah, no, sorry, 16 megapixel this camera. And it's just one of my favorite cameras. So this is my setup now that I'm using for my shoots. I have to say that the Leica takes kind of video. It's not the perfect video camera, but there's a special with the lens. It's a X Vario. So The lenses are 28 to 70, equivalent, I think 35 millimeter, upwards 85. It's a perfect zoom on that, but the zoom is not detachable. It's on there. So that's my camera setup here with the Pocket 3. Is just amazing. And as I say, with the Leica, I take a lot of black and white photography with that one. And I have here, I'm going to go through these as well just to show you. Sorry, getting really enthusiastic now. Some lens, I have also the Q43, which is at the moment with the project. And I have the f1.8 55 millimeter Zeiss. And there are some fantastic reviews about this lens. There are some fantastic reviews online. Rightly so, because it's just amazing for, black and white photography on the Sonys. And I'm just going to go through in a minute. And I've had, this one is the Sigma 30 millimeter f1.4, very useful for YouTube profiles, etc. And these are my lenses. And not here is the Sigma 24 to 70. I'm using as well the ART. And that's it. That's the camera side of things. Just to let you know, just to go through, because this is a bit spontaneous, but I have been using old school cameras like the DSLR EOS 5D Mark IV Canon. That was, for me, I had that camera a long time. I had all of the expensive lenses for it. The lenses used to cost a lot of money, and then you used to it's a bulky thing in your bag. You used to take the lenses around, and it was like, oh my word. I read a lot about, so that was my mainstay camera up until a couple of years ago, and then I just changed. The main reason to change was because the Sonys generally have a faster autofocus, so we'll go with the Sony. I mean, the Sony is a standard, especially when I was doing more filming, more 4K, in this case 8K or layered or whatever they call it. And you're doing a lot more YouTube, so I changed up to Sony, and I'm not looking back. The revolutionary thing for me is the Pocket 3. This is just a fantastic camera. Okay, off with the Sony. And then I read reviews about the X100V, and they were just great reviews. So I bought that camera on the V version, and it was stunning. I mean, I can't believe the photos coming out of that Fuji camera. I had one of those, but the biggest problem with that was, for me, look at the size of my hands with that camera, as compared to something even like the Leicas, which aren't always the easiest to hold. Was like the knobs, and it's just really, for me, very hard to hold this camera and operate it very easily. But what I got out of it at that time was some great photos, and black and white photos especially. And I sold that camera for, I think, the same price that I bought it, and I had it for about a year. But it wouldn't, some cameras, they don't work for you. It's not just about the quality of, of the film that they're taking. It's not just about that. It's also about the, how you're handling it. And you can put cages and everything on them, which I do for most of my cameras. But I'll be honest, it wasn't the camera for me. So rather than move out of the Sony Sphere, the Fujifilm Sphere, I bought the X-T2. Decided to buy the last Japanese manufactured X-T2 with 2 slots, which is more than this one has, the Sony's, but I was happy enough with the camera, but I was always thinking with that camera, the focus wasn't as fast as it could be. It's a bit like the Leica, but the Leica is a different kind of thing with focus. The Leica, this Leica, you know, we know it takes a bit of time, even just to review the photos when you're pressing the play buttons. But the Fuji, you wouldn't expect that if it has 2 slots. It's a fairly professional camera. I wanted to get the Japanese build and then was just about to get the X-T5. But I just changed my mind before I went on to do that and bought the Sonys. So this is my setup. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm looking here. It's proper. I didn't expect it to be so long, but fantastic. Anyway, have a great day, everybody. And I hope that you tune in soon. Please like and subscribe. I do different kinds of reviews of cameras in my way. I'd love it if you came back and watched more. Thank you.